Hello everyone. Our KD session for today is on grants. Before I proceed, my name is Rita. So aside from your normal revenue model, your normal business model, we are going to be seeing grants as another option for you to fund your business. That's for you to bring more income to your business. One beautiful advantage of grants is that, unlike loans, they do not have to be repaid. They also don't require the owner to surrender any form of equity. Here is our content. We are going to define grants. Then we'll discuss the grant life cycle. We are going to be talking about how to apply for grants. Then some sites that catalog opportunities and benefits of grants. What is a grant? A grant is a means of financial assistance designed to help a business grow, add locations in a specific area, or serve some other designated purpose. So, generally, grant is a way the government fund individual ideas, projects to provide public services and stimulate the economy. Grants can also be seen as one of the many different forms of federal financial assistance from the government. As long as the funds are used as the granting agency intended, the business is fine. Grants are non-repayable funds or projects disbursed by one party, which is known as grant makers, often a government department, corporation, foundation, or trust, to a recipient, often but not always a non-profit entity, educational institution, business, or an individual. In order to receive a grant, some form of grant writing, often refers to as either a proposal or an application, is required. The grant writing process involves an applicant submitting a proposal to a potential funder, either on the applicant's own initiative or in response to a request for proposal from the funder. They can also apply to the grant via online application in form of a Google form. Bodies responsible for grants. The bodies responsible for grants or grantors are countries, ministries, government departments or government agencies, foundations, subnational governments, which is states and provinces, large enterprises, high net worth individuals, office or family office, and others. The grant life cycle. The grant process follows a linear life cycle that includes creating the funding opportunity, applying for the funding, making award decisions, and successfully implementing the award. The specific actions along the life cycle are grouped into three main phases, which are Stage 1, the pre-award phase. This phase includes the funding opportunity and application review. The second, the award phase, which includes award decisions and notifications. And lastly, the post-award phase, which includes the implementation, reporting, and closeout of the grants. Then on to the pre-award phase. On this phase, the potential applicant is to use his or her Google search tool to search for funding opportunities or grants that are eligible for an mission match for their organization. Having done that, then you have to register. You have to register to the grants, or if you already have an account, then you have to log in. Please do make sure to check the site for other additional registration requirements specified by the grants making agency. Then, having registered for their particular application, then you can start your application. Completing a grant application can take weeks. The application package can be downloaded from the website in form of a PDF, and progress can be saved as form fields are filled in. These fields require everything from the basic organizational information to explanation of proposed work and final data. When an application package has been completed per the opportunity instructions and checked for errors, it can be submitted through the grant website. After submission of your application, you have to be notified via email as regards to your application, as regards to completion of your application. Please do make sure to submit your application before the application deadline. That's one of the things you have to take note of. When you find the application, take note of when it's closing, so you can fill out the application and submit it before the application deadline, so you don't miss out of that particular application. Then lastly, you can track your application by communicating with the grants making agency. Then on to the award phase. Once the federal agency completes the application review process, the award phase begins. The final award decision rests solely in the hands of the federal agency staff, with legal authority to enter binding agreements. Federal staff review and makes award recommendations based on the programmatic and financial reviews of the applications. The recommendations are reviewed by a series of levels in the agencies to ensure high quality, fair and unbiased decisions. The post-award phase. The post-award phase comprises a significant amount of work over the duration of the award dates, which include implementing the grant, reporting progress, and completing the closeout requirements. In this phase, once the final award decisions are made, the awarding agency then sends a notice of award to the entity selected for funding. The notice of award is the official legally binding insurance of the award. When you or your organization accept the grant, by either signing the grant agreement or drawing down funds, you become legally obligated to carry out the full terms and conditions of the grant. The federal government agency that makes the award to you will be there to assist and ensure that you or your organization complies with the grant terms and conditions. Your job here now is to faithfully and diligently carry out the grant program. Next is how to apply for grants. So the first thing we have here is learn. You have to go to Grant Learning Center for an overview of grants. You make research, search for grants, what grants are for, companies that can apply for grants. Just make your general search all about grants. Then second, you check, make sure you are eligible before applying. Grants are not for every organization, they are not for every category. You have to search for the one that suits your organization type. Then you search, find federal grants that align with your work. here you have to search for the grants that suit your organization. When you found it, then you register. You sign up with the grant site to apply. You have to register. You sign up with the grant site to apply using your workspace. You register. You sign up with the grants, then you apply. Next is apply. Register. You sign up with grant.gov to apply using your workspace. Then apply. You complete and submit your application using workspace. Always make sure to submit your application before the deadline. Next, we have track. After the application, you can track your application. Enter your grant.gov tracking number. There's always a number given to you after when you start your application. Like when you register and start the application, you will get a number. That is, if you are applying through grant.gov, you are going to get a number. Then you can use that number to track your application after you submitted it. Finally, so is or does the organization is your organization tech enabled? Does it create opportunities for underserved people? Does it employ people who would be otherwise jobless? Does it expose the less privileged to things they did not previously know? Or so these are the ways you can apply for grants. On to the next. Is your business tech enabled? Or does your business create opportunities for underserved people? Does it employ people who would be otherwise jobless? Does it expose the less privileged to things they do not previously know? Is your business scalable? And is your model sustainable for the long term? If yes, then your business is at advantage of getting grants. Make your research and start applying for grants. If you'll be following up, you see it's another good way of funding your business aside from your normal business revenue model. These are some of the sites that you can find grant opportunities, funding opportunities for your business. You can see grants.gov there, Opportunities Nigeria, FCS, Impact Alpha, and others. Thank you.